All right. Good morning. Ding, ding, ding. How's everybody doing today? Hope we're all doing great with the SPY actually doing pretty well. I would say pretty decent today compared to a lot of mornings where we're gapping down or having wild PA. This one looks pretty decent. Nice little candle it opened so far. Of course, we're only on the second candle, but still. Getting off with a little green action there. SPY holding that level that it kind of gapped up at this morning. There was a slight gap on like the 1 minute chart, but very, very slight. I like how it came back and tested that lower zone and is holding it well. That's pretty good. Right around 693. Don't really have it marked up as support, but past couple days it has acted pretty well. Again, SPY's been pretty choppy lately, so there's been a lot of small levels mixed into the overall trend here. But good morning. Good morning, YouTube, Zach, Sharpie, Jake, Joe Papa, Chill, Pin, Pool Boy Roy. That's what we What a name. Almighty J, Johnny Richter, Cookie Bones, Ramirez, Rick, ONDS, Ondas Investor Day. Okay. Arabuto, Anthony, Wes, Jason, Alexander, Manicured. ONDS moving pretty good off of Investor Day, it seems like. ONDS has been on fire lately, one of the better stocks as of 2025. It's only at $14, but it has exploded. Vistra is losing all its gains from yesterday. VST. Oh, wow. That's a big reversal there by Vistra. What the hell happened? It lost all of its gains and then some. Whoa. I didn't see any news for Vistra here. Not even one piece of news, at least on Thinkorswim. Maybe you guys will have something for me, though. Good morning, KO. Richter said, watching NVIDIA like a hawk. Oh, NVIDIA looks pretty solid today. 190 resistance is going to be huge here. $368,000 shares stacked up there at open. Nice whole dollar level as well. If it starts blasting past 190 here, it'll be pretty enticing. Crazy stuff. I haven't seen any news either. Yeah, with Vistra, it's really weird. That was a hell of a turnaround there. It's weird that they would just give it back so quickly. Oh no, TradingView, come on. Don't get slow on us today. Because it had such a good move yesterday. You know, even if there's a pullback, you know, it'd be normal, but seeing a pullback like this, though, is pretty crazy. Happy Friday, though, KO, and happy Friday to everybody out there today. VST continues to look weak. SPY attempting to move. Let's pull up Mag 7. Tesla, a pretty good move at open initially. Microsoft starting to come back. Now, Microsoft has been rough lately. Nvidia was the fun one, though, so we're going to go to Nvidia, pushing that 190 level here. Here we go. 190 is literally pushed through. Oh. The book map. There it is. Got that big volume dot. $387,000 shares in the volume there. RSB, happy Friday. Happy Friday. Wes says GM. Whoa, General Motors. No. He said he was kidding. He said not the ticker. So I had to. Yeah, SPY getting up there. Nvidia pushing. Man, chill. It's cold where I am. It's cold where I am. What's the high today? It is 45, but it was colder yesterday. Tomorrow the high is 31. I guess we're finally getting to those colder temps here. Oh shit, Mason says it's snowing where I am. Now that's no fun. Well, sometimes it is, but I wouldn't like it right now. I'm scared it's going to snow whenever I move. I swear that's going to be crazy. Remember, guys, if you're just now joining up, there's no trading on Monday. It's Martin Luther King Day, so no trading on Monday. Here's the holiday website from the NYSE. You can see Martin Luther King Day, Monday, January 19th. Also, on the 20th, I will not be going live. I won't be live on the 20th, but I will be on Monday's video, though. We're going to have a video coming out Monday. And I will be on that. Does SanDisk hit 430? SNDK? 430 coming up here. It's not very far off. I would think that it could. Might take a minute, but I think 430 is doable here. Man, Nvidia still looking pretty good. QQQ. Not as nice. Not as nice as I would have thought. SPY turning over. What are we looking like here on the bottom end of the watch list? ORMP. Uh-oh. DraftKings. Down to 33.60. That daily chart starting to turn back over again for DraftKings. It's going to get interesting if it starts to fall down towards this lower range again. Going to be some big supports coming up there. Are Polymarket and Kalshi going to destroy them? That's the big $1 million question there. Credit card company COF up again today. I'm still eyeing this one up for the next few days. I think that there can be a good opportunity and still entering into these puts for a bigger drawdown to start to occur. It might fill the gap, and that's something I'm really eyeing up. It would be awesome if it does get to that point. You can either do the big money trade, or you could even look for a quick snipe, honestly. Quick snipe there wouldn't be too bad. Oh, Mason said Super Bowl's coming up. They should do pretty well. I forgot about that. The Super Bowl. I'm on DraftKings. Now, that's who I use now that it's legal. I wonder if I have any money in there. Let's see. Oh my god. It's making me download something to look. Oh my. It's so stupid. You can't log into the website. You have to like download this location tracker crap. And then since I use Starlink, it's so weird. It thinks that I'm in like different states sometimes, and it'll be like, you can't get on. I'll be like, it's just Starlink, you idiots. Aw, nothing in there. I was hoping I just had a random amount in there or something. That's too bad. Riot's ripping, VT said. RIOT? Riot platform seriously is. 1836. What's going on here? How's MSTR? Okay. Wanted to make sure that they weren't all ripping at the same time. BMNR was another one. The Tom Lee stock had some news where they invested $200 billion into Mr. Beast, or 200 million? Oh, 200 million. Imagine if it was billion. 200 billion into Mr. Beast crap. Beast Industries. Oh, I love it, the good guy. I think Starlink is fantastic. If you're doing normal stuff, it's awesome. Now, if you're doing a stream like I am right now, it can be a little negative if you're doing a stream like this, and that's all you're using. So keep that in mind, but I can't blame them there. I mean, it's satellites, you know? But it's still pretty decent. Like, I still was able to get away with it whenever that's all I had. I have a little bit more complicated setup where I run 2 at one time now with switches and stuff like that, but yeah, that 500 billion was a pretty big piece of news yesterday. Pretty nuts. The hell was that? Riot deal with AMD. That's why they're moving up. Oh. Oh, I see now. 1840. Let's see their AMD deal. They announced 200 acres of land at Rockdale and signed a data center lease and services agreement with Advanced Micro Devices. All right. 200 acres of land at Rockdale. That sounds like where they're going to be doing one of their data centers at. Missouri just blocked a or not Missouri, my county in Missouri just blocked a data center from coming. It's weird. Or maybe they didn't block it yet, but they're trying, or I'm not quite sure the whole story, but I have other pressing matters to worry about. But apparently somebody wants to put one of those data centers here, and everybody's saying no. Steven says late today, but that doesn't look good. All right, SPY, let's see. 1 minute. Starting to bounce back here. Quick 1 minute pop. I'm not seeing any real news here. Not that there has to be, but... What's up, Ryan? You're scaring me today. No news is good news, Coconut says. It says Trump's proposed ban on buying single-family homes introduces uncertainty for family offices. What? It says recent legislation is focused on the number of homes owned, not the type of investors. Oh. So, like, how many homes owned would be too much homes? Thoughts on MU today? Micron? Yeah, it's a pretty good jump up to 366. I love that daily move there. That's a big candle. .6%. MU has been on fire lately in the memory chip sector. We've been talking about prices potentially popping too, because when I say prices popping, I mean like they're going to raise the price of chips because the shortages that are happening, the demand is crazy. Was SNDK a play from last night, or was it the night before? Let's see. Oh, it was last night. Yeah. No, it didn't move down at all. Now, if we would have woken up this morning and, you know, it was like blasting under support around 408.50, and we woke up and it was, you know, blasting under there, then yeah, you know, we could have possibly traded it down as support broke. But obviously, it looks like with SNDK, there was a pretty quick early on move up. Pretty much makes it a no play, at least from what Mike was talking about. But Palantir died here over the past couple minutes. Look at these weird opening moves with Palantir the past few trading days. Look at these crazy volatile moves. Very weird. SPY's like extremely slow and choppy here today. Yeah, it is. It's really stuck in this zone between 693 and like 694.20 to even 694.50, the high of pre-market. I'm just going to say, I'm going to draw two red boxes here. Like right here. And then right here. Stuck between these two zones. Very large zone, though. Waiting for SPY to really get a breakout pass there. It'll probably stay in here for a while, though. We'll see. It's been pretty choppy lately, so I would not be surprised. NVIDIA looks like it's trying to make a new high of the day. This is the third quick test of this resistance around 190. We might be able to see it push through here. $sign PL. He said at $5, that was my best. Planet Labs, 100 shares at $5. Probably one of my better calls this year. Let's see. Holy shit. Yeah, no kidding there. That is a insane move, Planet Labs. Damn. I have been hearing a lot about this stock lately, but to have had it at 5 was a pretty big deal. PL 8.13% again today, though. Another big ripper. Going again. Yeah, that's a dub in the chat for sure right there. I would say dubs in the chat for that one. Sorry, guys, one sec. All right, sorry about that. Ryan's getting banned. Screw the Dodgers as well. Ah, yeah, the good old Dodgers there. Sorry, guys, just 1 second. Oh my gosh, SNDK Manicured said. I know, it's getting really nasty, isn't it? Filled the gap all the way down. It was a little weak there at open, but now that it really popped under 420, that is a big support broken. SPY actually broke support at the same exact time. Nvidia's popping lower. AMD looks weak. Go back to SPY. You'll have to go check it out, Pin. It was Mike's play. You can always go back and rewatch it. It's like around the end of the video. I don't want to put words in Mike's mouth. I can't quite remember what he said. Sorry about that. But generally, you know, SNDK is being watched to the downside. Of course, now that support's starting to break down, that's a pretty good sign. Really good sign. Of course, you know, you could have tried to trade it lower like as it broke support here and other points, but yeah, lots of different ways to play it. Of course, mainly just saying to, hey, keep it on the radar. You know, there could be good downside opportunities soon as things start to shift, and we are starting to see that happen here. It's pretty nice. Bought the 130 puts this morning. Nice, nice, nice. SNDK. Oh no. Yeah, the 1/30 puts for 400. Okay. Yeah, that's almost in the money now. It's pretty badass. Probably loving that one. Tangy Man, what's up? Welcome in today. SPY just started selling off, Tangy, so you just joined in for the fun. You overslept? Maybe you needed it today. You ready for the move? I'm still going through so much stuff with that right now. It's so stressful. Hard to even think right now. Hard to even think about the market. I was actually all last night, that's all I was doing. SPY breaking down at 693. That was a big support break from today. We drew out that upper range and lower range, and once that lower range gave out, we saw a pretty good drop off here. It was a pretty nasty flush. I always throw these levels and stuff out there. Of course, you guys can think about that as you go through. Intel, yeah, I have not checked on them yet today. Oh wow, they started off pretty good, but turned over hard. Rejected at 50 and $50.20. Moving makes you realize how much junk you keep for no reason. I know. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. I can't believe, like, when people die, how much crap they keep. Or stuff you just start finding, you know? Surely SLV will recover. It's a pretty big pullback there. Little couple day pullback. It almost looks just like this point on the chart that I'm pointing to. Like there's pullback, but it seems like SLV still closes higher from where it opens, even though that there's pullback. Like a lot of the pullbacks coming in pre-market, for example. But then during the day, you know, silver makes a little recovery, or like yesterday, a full-blown recovery maybe. Yeah, see, that was exactly the case on that downtrend a couple weeks ago. All the bad moves were in pre-market. All the good moves to the upside happened at open, while retail was probably awake. Pushing it up. $700 on SPY's not going to happen this week? Yeah, I don't think so now. I don't think so. We don't have much time left. It would be pretty rare, I think. What the heck? Apparently it did snow here last night. Uh-oh, I didn't even know that. UEC and Oklo. How are they doing today? Oh, they are on fire. Wow. UEC is crushing it. It's a pretty massive rip. NVTS, Navitas. SMCI, big jump, 9%. $32. Wow. Yeah, SMCI has been pretty hot the past few days, though. Roared back yesterday. I know a lot of people were watching it back up. There was some news, I believe. Let me... Well, I guess it just said that they were stabilizing. Either way, I know that they were up a lot yesterday. I saw them on the radar quite a bit. To the upside, ASTS leads the watch list. SMCI's up around the top. Navitas just under it again. NVTS. Breaking out quite well, actually. Navitas looks awesome in the short term. Wow. About Rigetti. I'm trying to get that same type of move. RGTI has been stuck in this zone. I'm just going to do it the same way I did earlier. This looks a lot better. Stuck in this zone here. Pretty big zone to be stuck in with Rigetti. I could see it pushing the top end of this zone and going for a larger break. You think the market makers move prices to liquidity zones? I mean, I think people think too weirdly about market makers, if I'm being honest. A lot of times these people are literally just taking counter trades against everybody, and we never really truly know what the hell they're doing. I think people have too much conspiracy theory, tinfoil hat crap with those market makers. You think it's a good time to buy UPS? Right now it's a bit elevated. If you let it dip a little bit, I think you could get in at some better prices, but I'm a big fan for the longer term. I've actually looked at UPS a lot here recently. I'm swinging calls on it, and they're doing very, very well. So I'm a fan of UPS quite a bit. I think it's a pretty good price for the longer term. But I would still give yourself some room to average in case it does dip. You know, maybe you could average in again at like 92, and then your average will be closer to 100 or something. They have earnings coming up at the end of January. January 27th, it looks like. That's going to be fun. A couple weeks from now. Yeah, any other calls or puts that might be worth looking into? I'm a big fan of some of these shorter term moves right now with like Rigetti and Navitas. I also really like Rigetti off of this lower support range, 2140 to 2250. It's a pretty big zone, like a $1 zone, but I like that overall support. I still think that Rigetti could have a good shot of recovering up from where it is as well. Navitas has already been playing out pretty well, but I could see this one continuing for a few days too. It's really going for that breakout above that recent high. You got 2,500 shares of Navitas. You need to unload near the top. Yeah, I mean, it's really ripping here. 11.04. The top is technically up around like 18. I mean, that would be pretty hard to get to again here, but it's possible. You can see how Navitas was following this trend line, and this is a pretty awesome trend line to follow. Recently, it touched off of it and started exploding. Again, call's doing very, very well off of this move. Just keep watching, Raphael. You know, have some patience. Maybe we'll find other setups like this whenever they're, you know, looking good. Sell some ITM calls on Navitas, get top dollar. Yeah, IV's probably crushing it right now. Let me go see what it is now. Oh, it's actually not as high as I thought. Actually, it's pretty low right now. Palantir is breaking the 174 support. Support on Intel, let's see. I'd be careful with Intel today. It looks like it turned over in a pretty hard way. I would be careful trying to snipe it off support or something, but yeah, it looks like this $48 to $47.85 zone is pretty solid as the first support. The next support that I really like is really at $47.50. That's the main one that I'd watch for. $47.50. Be a big zone to hit. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that lower zone, 4750 though, for sure. I do think it looks very weak though today. Weak sauce. AMD, very slower and choppier today. I guess I'm not going to call it slow. Had some pretty decent moves, but very choppy within the range. Damn, NVIDIA rejected at 190. Ended up being a big resistance level there. Could not get through. Could not get through. It did by a little bit, but we're not counting that. That doesn't count as a break. Does it? Yeah, it does. I wonder why it says that. Oh, maybe because it hasn't been on the market for a year yet? I don't know, it's close. Once we get 252 trading days, it'll pop up, I'm sure. What's another recent IPO that would have this, something like that? Flutter, right? No, they have it. Yeah, it's weird. They're not that new, like, as a company, but they definitely came on the market in a weird way. I don't know exactly what occurred whenever they came on. There could have been maybe a ticker symbol change or like a shift from like let's say it was a bigger company and then like they split off as like the memory division, like they split off into their own business or something. Spin-offs, I think is what they call that. Yeah, when is Discord supposed to IPO? I know it's still something that has been talked about a lot. That's going to be a big one whenever it IPOs. It says on January 7th, they filed for an IPO according to Bloomberg. Let's see. Oh yeah, there it is. This must have went under the radar for a minute there. They're working with Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan Chase on a listing. Yeah, I mean, I'll probably be trying to get some of this for sure. Not that I'm saying it's going to be great, guys. It might not be, who knows, but I'll be at least a little bit of a shareholder of that. I don't know, Brain. Let's just hope that they don't. I wish that they could get the scammers off there, though, like, or the bots and stuff. I wish that they could get that shit fixed. Other than that, though, I don't want any other moderation. Yeah, it's weird, Mason. I don't know. I would doubt it. Roblox is doing good? You mean like today specifically, right? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's been coming back. It's been down a ton recently, but it is coming back pretty well. That was a good move today, 5.6%. Good move yesterday as well. This one gets a lot of hate because of all the child predators that play Roblox. Go on there and talk to kids and crap. It's weird. EOSE. If you missed the Bloom Energy rise, this one is next. Look at their tech and watch this video from the CEO on battery energy storage. It's already done pretty well here, actually. It's holding that $11.50 to $12 support pretty well. That is a really good support hold, and it's recovering up in a massive way here. Looks pretty awesome. You said if we missed the Bloom Energy run? BE's been awesome too, but wow, yeah, EOSE looks solid as well. Battery energy storage sounds nice. Oh, they could work together? That'd be funny. I hope not. I hope they stay far away from Roblox. You know, other companies have the same issues. It's just not like quite as bad or prevalent. Meta used to be really bad with it. Maybe they should talk to them about how they did Facebook. I feel like that's gotten pretty good with that stuff. Not as bad anyways with the scammers. Still lots of them on like the ad crap and stuff, but I'm talking like copying accounts and stuff. They usually do pretty good at getting them eradicated, but Facebook's getting a bit I don't know. It's not like people go on there for stuff like that as much, but I know like the Facebook groups are where I see a lot of scams happen. Like, for example, like you're in like a Corvette group, right? And like, let's say someone says, oh, I'm selling this for a Corvette or something, you know, I made it myself or whatever, private message me and we can work on a deal or something. And I've seen people get scammed that way a lot, but not really like fake accounts anymore. Maybe it'll get an MSTR comeback. A strategy comeback. Let's see. I want MSTR to start coming back itself. It seems pretty low and slow. Been watching it here over the past few weeks, forming a base. See Coinbase trying to hold it too. What's in the front yard? This stuff is funny. You're out up a little bit with ASTS. That is a big pop up, 15% plus. SRFM, Surf Air Mobility. 12% here. This stock is wild. A 12% move is like nothing for this stock. But it's actually holding its support really, really well. And it seems pretty bullish today. I could see it popping up again tomorrow as well. Or Monday, or sorry, Tuesday technically. Arabudo, what time did you enter with ASTS? You're glad SLV broke 80 back down? I know there's a lot of people probably looking at silver back to the downside. That's a pretty nasty drop off here this morning. That's a big support here in the short term with silver. So with it breaking, that could be a pretty bad bearish signal for today into tomorrow. I think the CME raised margin requirements again. Somebody said that in Discord. I don't know if they were talking bullshit or not, but I thought somebody said that. I don't think that they did, though, because I'm not seeing it. At least nothing from today. SLV popping down towards 79. Starting to really solidify under that $80 support too. Oh. Why are DraftKings 32.5 puts valued going up when the price is going down? You think you sold the puts instead of bought them? Oh, shit. That's not good. If you bought the puts, though, you'd be doing pretty good. As DraftKings continues to fall. Look at the 75 gap. Oh, for SLV, is there a gap at 75? Let's see. Oh. I see, I see. That is a pretty big gap on the chart. SLV doesn't have to always fill the gap, but that is a pretty big one that never really tested again. Silver is turning into a meme now. It's all over the internet. I know, right? It really is. It's getting to that point. Silver. Yeah, it is. I always say that it gets to that point where you're scared of it turning over whenever you start to hear all the normal people talking about it. I always like to quote my aunt and my uncles because it's so weird. Like they, you know, they're not really like, they kind of follow things, you know, and they're in the loop. But over the years, whenever they've started to get excited about something, I swear to God, it's always the top. Not just them, though, but, like, you know, you start to see it all over WSB and every single video. And, you know, it's like the big talk of the market, right? A new thing happens every few years like this. And whenever the tide shifts, it always shifts in a crazy, crazy way. They are the new indicator for the family? What? SI? Oh, the new RSI. I see. Poor Hood. Yeah, Robinhood's getting crushed in the short term. There was some crypto legislation that got struck down, something like that yesterday. Yeah, exactly, Johnny. Whenever our WSB gets involved, you know that's when it's over. Yep. Yep. At least soon, and I think we might be seeing that play out here. You thought the SNDK flag was going to break, and it did. SanDisk. Turning back over here. Might make a new low of the day soon. Only down 0.7%. But if we go from like where it started selling off on this peak down to here, it's down 5%. That intraday move makes it a lot more enticing there. Looks a lot more volatile that way. If you just looked at how much it was up or down today, you'd be like, that's boring. 0.8%. But no. Much better here. Yeah, okay, that's what it was, BW. That's right, the Clarity and Genius Act. The CEO of Coinbase came out and said they wouldn't support it, which is funny. But yeah, hopefully they rework it in a better way and then it works out. It really hurt crypto yesterday. Oh, well, and today, but Bitcoin started turning over fairly hard there. Johnny Richter said, my dad 2 years ago was always talking about silver. All he did was invest in silver mining companies. He grew his 401k to like 2 million. Hey, there you go. Silver mining companies, beautiful. Hell yeah, your dad put his money where his mouth was. I know lots of people always talked about it, but then they wouldn't get in. Or have any exposure, we'll say. Silver had a rough few years there as it traded lower into the, 2016, 2018, 2019. My gosh, though, it has really exploded. As we all know. It's wild, though, how much of a good dip buying opportunity that had really become. Oh. Yeah, that must be a big one, 300Z. He's probably pissed. Peter Schiff, I bet, is super happy right now. He's been yelling about silver and gold for as long as I can remember. Gosh, I used to see so many things for gold and silver. Back in like 2015, 2016. It would have been the time. Hell, I was just getting out of high school back then. Palantir down to 172. Pulling down even lower today. Another nasty red candle coming in. Brain says morning push, then pullback, then end of day, small push again. Seems like a lot there, Brain. Pretty strange. Morning push, then pullback. Okay. All right. Then end of day, small push again. Okay. So we're looking for a little end of day, small push again today. Is that what we're getting at? Quantum lately, kind of stuck. They've been trying to make a little comeback, though, in the short term. Quantum, nice moves up and down, Manicured said. No, I don't like to use the hike and ashies, Willard. It's just not something that I do or see like a true like advantage in. It might help some people to maybe visually see it differently or something, but it's just not for me. Know exactly what you're talking about, though. I've seen those a lot over the years. I'm gonna turn it on right now. It can maybe help you identify better trends in some ways. I always found them interesting. It's just never been something that I truly like looked at too hard. I used to dabble in it with futures a long time ago, back in like 2016, 17, maybe 18 as well. What's the absolute worst indicator type you've ever seen? Oh, that's tough. I'm going to probably say, I don't know. There's been so many that I've seen out there, honestly. Especially like on futures, like let's say like the Ninja Trader platform and stuff. My gosh, there's so many weird indicators out there. Different things like that. I think the most widely used one that costs traders the most money, though, is probably RSI and MACD. Those two specifically. I think those ones cost the new traders the most money, but that doesn't make them terrible or anything. Yeah, 16, 17. Yeah, I was just out of high school. I actually went to college for business management manicured, and I ended up not finishing because of starting Stocked Up. But I did get a lot of stuff done as far as business management itself goes. Like, took a lot of bookkeeping classes. I took macro and microeconomics. Business management, of course, that was a class. I don't know if I mentioned bookkeeping or not. They had certain math things and stuff like that, but ultimately, right in the middle of it, we started Stocked Up, so it is what it is. Well, back to bed. They gonna shit on the markets earlier today. Covered calls and cash secured puts are deployed. See you next week. Yeah, no problem, BW. Yeah, take advantage of that premium. Let's go. Set it and forget it. The nice, slow, steady game. Love it. Have a good sleep. What do you think about the BB indicator? What's that? Bollinger Bands? I don't really mind Bollinger Bands. I mean, it's hard for me to really like love these indicators. You know, like I've used Bollinger Bands before. I've looked at them. Don't get me wrong. I used to study them and know them a lot more than I do now. It's been a long time, of course, but I mean, I'm not a big fan of using a lot of these indicators, whether it's Bollinger Bands or whether it's RSI or MACD or mainly any of them, you know, honestly. I do like looking for some patterns. Like let's say we have a pattern where like every day at open we've seen DraftKings like die and then immediately recover, something like that. Maybe you look for patterns like that, or you know, you're looking for like a rising wedge, you know, or like a trend line, maybe something like that. Like once the trend line breaks, maybe you get more bearish, you know, kind of like we saw it start to break down this morning. On DraftKings, you know, it was in that little uptrend. The uptrend gave out. Boom, starts to move down. Little downtrend take hold. I do like the trend lines a lot. Again, that's not an indicator, though, but Most indicators just are going off the past anyways. Tessie pulling it back hard. 435.20. Pretty big zone underneath here starting to play out. Wow. Gosh, Tesla really was insane here. I love it, DraftKings. Boom. All right, guys, 1 second. The daughter's going nuts on me. 1 minute here. Oh man, sorry about that, guys. This is crazy. My daughter had like a toy and it was like wrapped around her thumb and it was like cutting off the circulation to her thumb. It was crazy. Oh. That's like the closest I've ever gotten in real life, Mason. That's funny. Here's Mason on the sim here. Look how close this is. Oh my word. So close. Well, it was actually the tag on a toy, Tangy Man. I had to call my fiance and be like, quit leaving tags on here. A Chinese finger trap. No. Those still get you. Those used to be fun back then. It was just like a stuffed animal. I'm glad I went out there, though. I would have felt bad, man. That was really cutting off the circulation bad, too. I couldn't believe how, like, tight it was. It was just like a little plastic tag, like a plastic tag, like, strap thing. You know how you have, like, a tag, like, and then there's, like, that little plastic loop? This is, like, the plastic loop. Little downturn has scared away all the reckless call buying. No love for Tangy and the options chains. Silver actually touching $80 as resistance right now. It's a big area of resistance. $80 on SLV. This sucks. Little downturn. Nobody likes it when SLV pulls back, but I feel like now there's starting to be a lot of people eyeing up that downside move, and I'm starting to see a lot more chatter about silver to the downside. I wonder if we will start to see a pullback start to take place as people take profits here. I like it. Tesla pulling back pretty hard. Slow and choppy the past few trading days, though. We can see not too much yesterday, day before. Today, though, wild up and down action. Not really breaking out of the recent range at all, but wild PA nonetheless. Losing better gives up. With 1,000 exclamation points.
How dare you?
I had to get Greta out there. Just for you, Brain. Going to the watch list today. Nano nuclear energy popping off 9.08%. Really running here in the short term. Wow, these 5-minute candles have been massive. Oh, hello. You want to come say hi? Say hi. Can you say Tesla? All right, say Tesla. Say Tesla. You're not gonna say it? Can you say stocked up? Aw, you getting shy? Say stocked up. It's like she knows that she's on the camera or like on the microphone, I swear. She's not a big fan of Elon. Right now, she's not a big fan of anything. The only thing she's a big fan of is Bluey. She's smart enough to not do free marketing. That's pretty funny. Sign her to a 2-day, $50 million contract. Come here, sweetie. You're going to make the big bucks. She goes, yeah. You want to make the big bucks? Say big bucks. What? All right, now that you're getting paid, can you say stocked up? Don't make me take your contract back. All right, I'm voiding it. She goes, where's my money, Dad? Robert! Hello, sir. Hi, Tom. Thoughts on the CCK big money trade / aluminum in it? Wanted to add more, but hesitant. Might be potential government shutdown at month's end. Stay blessed. This is a very interesting position with CCK because aluminum is explosive right now. I would think that CCK has a good possibility to rise, but it's a short-term trade. I would say you need to enter it pretty quickly so that you're not entering, too low. But it's a shorter-term trade. I would make sure to exude caution with it. It's already been out for a few days now. It's a lot better pricing than where it released at. But there's only 1 month left. So, realistically, you're only going to want to hold for, a week or 2 weeks, maybe. Not much more than that. Look at what? But, yeah, aluminum's on fire. I would think that it would help CCK, but CCK just is really stuck. It's an interesting big money trade. It's not my favorite, if I'm being honest, especially with the way that it recovered back up recently. But if you haven't entered yet, I think now could be a good entry point. It's a lot better than the entry where it was initially called. Mason says, how's Cat doing? Oh, Cat's awesome. It's running up to new all-time highs. Hell yeah, Caterpillar. Caterpillar. It's a big rip by Cat. No, it's the cat that I got, he meant. Cat was low 400s in September. I know. It's insane how much Caterpillar's been popping, guys. It's been something that's definitely been under the radar in my eyes. Performing way better than people probably thought. But my cat's doing pretty good. It's a wild cat, though, I'll tell you guys. This cat is crazy. Like, if my daughter's eating food, it, like, jumps up and steals her food. And, like, it just runs around and meows and begs for food all day. And it goes crazy. It, like, runs around and scratches everything up. And it's a wild cat, I'm gonna be honest. This thing has a lot of energy, and it's crazy. It's nice, though. The only good thing is that it's not skittish. Like, it likes to come around people, and it likes to be with people and stuff, but it's wild. Timothy said, I wonder who bought the GLD and SLV dips. Are they coming up off the dips today? Oh, there we go, SLV. Marking a bit of a comeback. A better one, anyways, over the past 5 minutes or so. Uh-oh, losing better. Don't start getting weird on us. Too many dots. I need APLD to rip. Applied Digital 2.56. APLD moving up, though. $40. It's not going to get to 40 today, but maybe over the next few days a test would be in the cards. Is MU a lost cause today? Yeah, it seems pretty boring from open. Right now, it's a lost cause until it gets better price action going, that's for sure. Someone has a leaf blower outside? Must be summer. He's doing his spring cleaning, Mason. He's just a little early. Oh, he probably is doing that, Mason, now that I'm thinking about it. Or the snowblower is making a sound. I have a gas snowblower, and that thing is like... It sounds just like a leaf blower. What's up, VT? That's actually the stocked up custom stock algo on TradingView. I was grabbing a link really quick. Here's what it is if you check out the link that I'm sending in the chat. It's pretty cool. It's a one-time payment, and you get access to our indicator here on TradingView. There's a few different things you can do. You can have overbought and oversold labels, prediction clouds, support and resistance lines automatically plotted for you, which is personally one of my favorites. Since I'm always presenting my charts and stuff, I always just like to have them looking clean. but it's pretty badass. Changed a lot of different settings there and stuff, but hell yeah, don't forget to like and sub, as Brain says. Yeah, it's pretty sick. And then, you know, overbought and oversold labels as well. Let me turn those on real quick. But on some of these stocks, you might have to turn the confidence level up. Like, you can turn this up to, like, 1 through 3. And whenever you get to 3, it's, like, the most confident, or 0 is the least confident. So you put it on 2. This should take away a lot of these. Yeah, see how it took them away? Not as confident now. It's not going to be like, it's not going to work on every single stock out there either. But, like, for example, some of it might not show a lot of readings because it's just not seeing the stock doesn't move in the right way for it or something of that nature. It's like that with any indicator, though. Our DDT is bouncing back from way oversold. Reddit making good comeback here. 232.50. Oh, the trading journal. Yeah, that's really cool. The free one, right? The one that we talked about the other day. Yep. Okay, yep. It's funny because Hunter actually has a dashboard for fundamentals in the Deep Value Club as well. But alrighty, guys, we're going to go ahead and call the stream there. Appreciate you guys joining up this Friday. Got a lot going on. Of course, the daughters here got lots of stuff like that, but... Alright, guys. Have a great one. I'll talk to you later. See ya. Have a great weekend, of course. A lot of craziness here this week. No trading on Monday. No trading on Monday, January 19th, for Martin Luther King Day. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Have a great one. See ya.